Hiya, I hope you're keeping well. I'm going to do a hair video today. I don't tend to do hair videos. I'm not good at doing my own hair and I wouldn't ever pretend to be. But I've bought something that is one of the best things I've ever tried in my life. So, little backstory. Gail, my friend Gail, has very similar hair, same kind of problems and, looks for things that are good for frizz, for dry hair. She colours her hair like me, same kind of thing. And she said to me, honestly, just go and buy the Olaplex number 6 and number 7. I don't even know that there's all these numbers at Olaplex. I don't know anything about the system. I just took Gail's advice and I bought the number 6 and number 7. And I don't know about you, but I feel like Olaplex is something that hairdressers always talk about. I always see it online. I've seen so much about it that it was almost like, is it actually going to live up to all this stuff I've heard? Best money I've ever spent on anything to do with my hair. So basically, the 6 and 7, how this Olaplex system works is there's all these different numbers of products and you do a quiz and it tells you which ones you need. Obviously, I didn't do that because Gail just recommended these to me because she knows we've got the same hair. I've got this little cream and oil. I'm not going to lie, when they turned up and they were that big, I was a bit like, are you joking? That's absolutely tiny and that's cost me loads of money. But you use the tiniest bit of the cream and a couple of drops of the oil. I've used it 3 times now. My hair is thick. Well, no, actually, it's quite thin, but there's a lot of it. So frizzy, so dry. I bleach it, I hair dry it, usually all the rest of these things. I actually didn't blow dry that. You would not believe. Basically, because I've not been very well recently, I'm on the mend now, but all through December, I barely washed my hair, never mind, was blow drying it. So I've been leaving it to dry naturally. Just before that, a friend of mine, Nalintha, had said to me, try and let your hair dry naturally, then you're not using as much heat on it. It's not going to be as frizzy. So I'd been letting it dry naturally a lot. All I've done with this, if you've got a similar hair type to me, I've been washing it, parting it and putting it in a low bun. The other day, I was freezing because it's obviously been cold and I had this wet hair. I literally dried, I'm not joking you, maybe that much at the front on either side because I thought I might do a video. I don't want to come on with sopping wet hair. I'm just going to dry a bit of it, threw the rest in a bun. This is how it's falling. I'm not saying I've got the world's most perfect head of hair, but you know what my hair is usually like. That is unthinkable. So basically, I just really felt like sharing. If you've got similar hair to me, I got this on Cult Beauty, paid for it myself and everything. This isn't, I feel like at the moment, on Instagram and everything, people think, is it an ad if you are waxing lyrical about something? I bought that myself. It's the best thing I've ever bought. If you're looking for something or you've reached the end of the tether, take the quiz, see how it is. But that in mind, that is just, I can't believe it. I have been letting my hair dry naturally as much as I can, and it means that the odd time I do need to use heat on it, I can see a difference in it. I've done a video on it a couple of times before, but the other thing I've been using is that Mark Hill Mermaid Waver, which is you buy the handle and the head separately. There's another IGTV on that. If I do use any heat on my hair, that's all I use, and it literally takes me 10 minutes. So if you're using the time at home like me to get into this routine of hair, just see if you can let your hair dry naturally, because I wouldn't have been able to do that in usual circumstances, because at the moment I have the luxury of just sitting in the house with wet hair in a bun all day, whereas previously you would have been at meetings, you would have been out and about, you wouldn't have the luxury of doing that. So Olaplex, I totally believe the hype. I believe every word of it. It's the best thing ever. While I'm talking about that and just hair in general, I thought I'd revisit a few things that I'm using. When I got the Olaplex, when you're just not been very well and you, I absolutely love trying new things for work, really, really love it. But I was just feeling like I just want something that I know works and is a nice treat. I had this ages ago and I bought it again. It's the Briogeo Scalp Revival. If I show it to you, it's the strangest shampoo. It's It feels like a bit of a paste, and it's a little bit gritty because it's charcoal and coconut oil micro exfoliating shampoo. It smells like After Eights. It's like minty and sweet. It doesn't create a huge lather, but just if you're hot or you've exercised or you really want a deep clean of that scalp, I'd really recommend this. Years ago, when they launched into the UK, well, I say years ago, it's hard to remember, keep track of time now that we're in this climate, but I remember when they launched in the UK, the founder Nancy came over and did this event and told us the backstory of the brand and all the rest of it. And I remember thinking it was a really great story. And essentially she said that she wanted as natural as possible hair care from, you know, plant-derived ingredients and naturally derived things, but that actually worked. And so she's really worked hard to make it like it's free from... I need to double check the website to remember, but I think all of those kind of synthetic things that make your hair feel nice, it's free from, and it's just quite a naturally derived ethos. I've had a few things from them before and they're really good, but that is just a nice, I mean, the size of it as well. If you wanted to, you could just slot that in whenever you want to give your scalp a good kind of cleanse and just use a normal shampoo and conditioner under normal circumstances. And then just generally ticking me along, I'm always using something or another from Aveda and from Living Proof. They're my two favourites. At the moment, I'm on the Damage Remedy. This is a really lovely one for colour treated hair and just helping to repair some of that heat and colour and all the rest of it. This, again, it doesn't quite lather up. So if you're used to that kind of thing, this is a bit different to get used to. It's got this lovely heady kind of almost like an aromatherapy type of scent. It's all based on the Ayurvedic principles, the Aveda stuff, so it's really lovely. Damage Remedy is fantastic. If you're like me and you've got frizz or curly hair, I also love the Sap Moss range. You'll instantly feel the hydration of that, like when your hair is still wet in the shower, I would say you notice it. And also Nutriplenish. Nutriplenish is the pink bottle, and it's in particular made with like curls in mind, frizz, things like that. They're the ranges I tend to use from Aveda. And then just onto my Living Proof, they brought out these masks. I've mentioned them a good few times, I think. At the moment, I'm using the repair mask in place of a conditioner. So I'm going in with one of these, put my mask on, and then like wash my body, shave my legs, whatever it might be, to let it sit in for a while. Wash that out, not drying my hair, straight in with the Olaplex in a bubble. The difference in my hair is unreal. But as I say, I'm not saying I've got the best hair in the world, like it's not blow dried or like looking really bouncy, but for that to have not had a hairdryer on it, apart from obviously I blasted the front, and to be honest, I probably just gave it a shake to dry off the excess. That's unheard of, literally hair transplant. So there you go, just thought you might like that. In terms of hair, one last thing I meant to mention, I have really been on this kind of learning journey of trying these different techniques and trying new things. I'd really recommend you follow Keeks. She's a really brilliant journalist and she specialises in hair. Lovely, lovely girl. She's been making loads of IGTV videos about different hair things, but actually, like, the level of detail there is for your hair, I had no idea about. And since I've been delving a bit deeper from watching her videos and suggestions and things, I've really realised that, you know, makeup is one thing. You do love taking a recommendation from your mate or something you've seen online you want to try for yourself. But actually with hair, like, a lot of what I'll have said in this video is actually probably redundant to you if you don't have my hair type, because all of our hairs respond to things so differently. So really figure out your hair type. Loads of info with Keeks on how you can do that, and then look for products tailored to that type. And as I say, if you're up for the Olaplex, like, I told my sister about it and she's done the quiz. She's got two completely different numbers, so she's trying her numbers. But yeah, always remember that that's probably an area that I'd say do your own research, rather than, you know, that's going to be a disaster for you. If you've got fine, naturally straight hair, it'll probably be too much. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, something a bit different. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you soon.